Hello, everybody. This is Pete from Paw Labs, and today we're taking a look at drag and drop. Okay, so personally, I've never used drag and drop. I knew it was out here. Um, I've been more of a keyboard kind of person most of my life, but lately I've been getting more and more into the mouse stuff. And to be honest with you, I've done it in C sharp and stuff, and it was a royal pain in the butt. And so I've kind of shied away from the code. Well, yesterday and this morning, I went ahead and just foraged into this, and lo and behold, I should have known better. PureBasic has taken care of us. This is about as easy as it gets, which is kind of scary when you think about it because it's a rather complex issue. So I'm going to go ahead and hold the control key and I'm going to drag that record over here and drop it. So basically, I just moved a record. I moved a record and its key, and then I can turn around and move it back. And likewise, we can come down here, and I I have to say I'm cheating because there is. Let's see. We gotta select you. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. So I can drag the orc to the box, and I didn't hold down the control key. So that's the one thing of this I haven't fully figured out, but by the time this video is published, will point that out to you. Drag and drop is actually quite simple. Um, it's pure basic. So yeah, it should not be rocket science. Uh, so um, let's see. What have I done? Why do I have something down here? Who are you? Get out of my way. Sorry, I was trying to come down here and saying I built this cute little form and I put a picture in it. And actually, I don't need that picture in there, to be honest with you. He can just go away. All right. Now, and there's a reason for this. So that's really all you need is the containers. Okay. And I haven't tried this with lists. What is it? List views. But I have to think that list views are the same as lists. I mean, for the code of how this works, it seems to me that just about every gadget on the planet here in the system can be used with drag and drop. So let's come down here and let's take a look at the code. I've defined this little, I guess it's global. I've shared it into both of the code blocks. And so that kind of makes it global. This is actually the physical text for the text drag that's coming across. But and it mm, I kind of even don't use it as much. I guess I am using it, but it actually will contain the physical text from the line of uh, out of the list box. Okay, and so you need him to be able to pass across, and we come in and open our window just like always. Um, what I'm going to do is okay, these first three blocks of code here are what they're doing is loading the images for the drag and drop. Okay. Now, the source image, and this is kind of important because what I'm doing is dragging from a list icon to a list icon. So ideally, you've loaded that list icon from something. And whatever that something is, you need to be able to lay your hands on, okay? Because getting an image out of an image box without having the source of what put it in is a beast. Okay. So what you want to do is when you load that image up, whatever you put in there, because the way you load an image box, right, is to say set gadget state, here's my gadget, and here's the image ID, right? So all this code is doing is saying, okay, just load this image source up and stick him here. So when I drag, I drop this into the target, okay? So I don't pull the source or pull the image out of uh, the drag side and put it in the drop. Okay. So let's see. This needs to be drag, I believe. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we're going to load him into the drag side. And then this block of code, I'm creating an image and saving it as the target side. And this is the one that says, hey, drop the orc here. And then for fun, I created a third one that said, drag me back. All right. So basically, I'm playing the three shell. Where's the P in the three shell game? And these amount to what the P is. Okay. Being passed around. So that's really all this top block is doing. Okay, because you need to know the image. You need to be able to have a handle to the image of what's in there. Now, let's see. This is creating the text for the list icon gadget for you to drag. Okay, nothing major there. I went ahead and resized the column to make it look pretty, and then I matched these on the drop side. Okay, so the drop side gets cleaned out, and then he gets the same width set to him. So this is this is basically how you do it right here. You enable enable. Oh, I didn't spell that right. Enabling the drag and drop. Okay, so this is enabling the drop. So and in my app, you drag from one to the other, and then you can drag back. So all four of my gadgets need drag and drop. And in order to facilitate move as opposed to copy, move has to be piped in. Copy is mandatory. Without copy, you got no drag and drop. You must have copy and then any of the others. And there's a few more, I think. Let's see. We can jump to the help here. And then there's let's see. Yeah, see, there's some more options here. You have text and image and files and private, okay, that can be appended in here. Now, if you use private, this is an optional parameter to where you put an integer in here and it can, if it's private, it can only go from a drag of that number to a drop of that number. You can't drop him anywhere in the whole world, anywhere except in that guy there. Now, these up here that I've done, I only have two text drag and drop fields defined. Therefore, you must go text to text, image to image. You can't drag image to text or text to image. So I've effectively handled that here because there's only two places. If we had a third, then you could drag and drop anywhere to any of the three. Okay. This private setting gives you the ability to force that this can only be dropped here. Okay. So that's an important thing. I was thinking this was going to end up as two videos. I'm not sure it's going to do that anymore. So let's keep going. So we got our quit on the form. Okay. So what we have is a new event. So let's go ahead and collapse some of this because on the gadget drop, okay, the gadget drop is a whole new event to our event loop. Okay, so this is dealing with the event ID and gadget drop. So what you got to do is say, hey, an event drop has occurred, and now you got to figure out from to where. Okay, so if it's an event drop to the list icon drop one, well, here's my move code where I'm physically taking it from one and moving it to the other. Okay, that's how I picked up my ID and everything. And see, this is where we trigger in the if control key, oops, if key is pressed, then you're moving or copying. And so, yeah, I'll put an addendum on this to once I get that in here. I started this too early, I guess. And then same thing if it dropped into the drag box. Same thing if it dragged into the image drag or the image drop. It's the same thing. Your code right here is what physically moves it. And you can see what I'm doing. I clear the drag. This is a drop has occurred on a gadget, and that gadget is the drag gadget. So you're bringing it back. So I clear out drag, and then I copy the image source into him, and then I take it out of drop, and I put the hey, drag me back here in there. Okay, real simple. I mean, this is this is about as simple as code gets for such a complex thing. So the other thing I wanted to come down here and point out is this is the drag side. Okay, now the drag side has to say, okay, you're coming into your standard gadget loop. You're looking at your standard gadget ID and you say, hey, drag, this is the drag list icon. In the event type, hey, a drag has started. That's an event type, just like left click, just like change, just like double click. Okay, double left click. So what do? Well, we identify the record that was selected, and then we set. Remember that text variable we started this video with? We copy the text into him, and then we say, "Hey, drag text." You're done. That's all. That's all it is. Okay. And on images, it's pretty much the same thing. You come down here and you say, "Hey, it occurred on my drag image. Event type is drag start. Hey, we're going to drag image the image source." I mean, how cut and dry and simple is that? I mean, everybody and their brother can be doing this. This is pretty slick. So now, now let's look at the differences between copying and moving. Okay. So we're going to come in here. You're going to hold the control key down and drag him here and physically move him versus just grabbing him and dropping him and copying him. Okay. So stay tuned. Okay. So the implementation of identification of key press is a call to actually the Windows API in Windows. And if you're doing this in Linux, you'll have to go to the website and find out a way to do it from the website, the forum on doing key press events. Evidently, PureBasic didn't include those into their code, but to do it, it's a very simple command. It's just Boolean. Okay, so we're going to turn this into a true false, and then get async key state, and then pass it the VK control, which is control key. So, and the only thing that changes in our code is the separation of the remove from source. Okay, the clearing of the image. So if we come out here and want to implement that, then it's not difficult. I'm not holding control down. You can see what keys I press down here. I think you can. We just drag him across and he moved. Oh no, he copied. So now he's in both places. Okay. And now I'm going to hold the control key down and then I'm going to drag him back. And then we get the drag me back. If I hold the control key down and I drag him over, then we get the update of we have just moved him and put him back. So that's the entire difference with the identification of the control key being pressed. Now, I went ahead and left this out there too, because sometimes in your code, it's always good to know where it's I think I said this before. When you write code, sometimes you can't remember it and just pull it out and just type it instantly, but you remember the last place you used it. And so you can go look it up there. So that's what I did here. So what I've done is given you a spot to remember when you download this at I think the end of this video. I'll put drag and drop out there. And then you can download this and you'll go, I need to know when a control key or a control S is placed and or typed on the keyboard, and you'll go, wait a minute, drag and drop. We had the control key thing. And you'll come to this code and you'll look it up. So it's kind of funny how that works, but I mean, I think all developers we're all cut from largely the same cloth. So anyhow, that concludes the drag and drop video. You control everything just like you would really want to, and there's only a few hooks that you got to remember to put in there. And that concludes the video. And I want to thank you all for watching.